You know how YouTubers sometimes say, oh, this video is for the girly pops, this video is just for dudes? This video is for me. It is. Buckle up, guys. I don't have a script for this, and I'm mad. I'm not mad because I don't have a script. I'm just mad, period. And I'm on my period, which also explains why I'm this mad. Now, what am I mad about? I'm mad about the world. I'm mad because I'm in my 20s. That's 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 it. I'm just mad because I'm just mad because I'm also apparently fucking dumb. Okay, I'm just mad because I'm in my 20s. Because being in your 20s is like being like I feel like a toddler that is just learning how to walk. Do you even learn how to walk when you're a toddler, or is that like a stage before? Is there a stage before toddler? Like infant? Is it then toddler and then kid? Is kid even a stage? I don't know. Anyway, I just need a break, man. What do I need a break from? I don't even know. Cuz I'm doing less than I did when I was 16, and somehow I'm more overwhelmed than I was back then. I used to go to school, do extracurriculars. I used to go to school, do extracurriculars, curriculars, extracurriculars, extra. I used to do after school activities. I don't know why tried using that word. Anyway, I used to go to school, do after school activities, do my homework sometimes. At some point when I was going to college, at the ripe age of 17, I was also working while going to college so I can finance the college I was going to. All I have to do now is survive and work. I literally had a whole 1 hour crash out slash meltdown because I realized that I have to work the next 6 days without a break in between. That's a normal work week for most people. I'm not even working full 8 hour shifts. Most of them are 5 hours, and the longest one is 7. And I still somehow like I like the thing is I don't think I would even complain about working if I actually ended up having enough money to finance myself and like support myself and the lifestyle I want. But the fact that I'm going to work for the next 6 days and get like what are those 6 days going to make me? It's going to be so okay, I'm going to do 33 hours of manual labor at 2 different jobs. How much money am I going to get from that? It's going to be around 400 bucks. Now what am I gonna what am I going to do with those approximately 400 bucks? Pay my bills. Period. And the thing is, I live with my parents. I don't even have to pay for rent. Do I have any other open bills? I don't know. I don't know why I'm discussing my finances with you and why I'm trying to figure that out on this podcast. But the point is, I do like 100 hours of work every month, which I know it's not a lot. It is not. I understand that. But I get like maybe 1,000 bucks out of it. Maybe 1.2, depending on how good the tips are. You know how much I need to live alone? Around 2,000 euros. I live in Germany, by the way. So if I wanted to move out and have my own apartment and then also pay for my own food, like for every single meal, and then also pay for internet, and then pay for water, pay for electrics, pay for heating, pay for all of that fun stuff, I wouldn't be able to do that. And on top of that, you either have to have a car or you have to have a train ticket, and the train ticket per month is around like 65 euros. So And the gas prices right now are like super high because there's like war going on everywhere on the fucking planet. So the even when you ignore the whole financial part about being in your 20s, especially now being in your 20s while the economy is literally crumbling, even if we ignore that whole part, let's just imagine my whole family's rich and I already have my own house that my parents bought for me and they have three supercars parked in front of it. Let's imagine there's no financial issues. Actually, then my life would be great. actually, actually that would solve like 90% of my problems. Actually, generational wealth would pretty much solve every single one of my problems. Okay, so I want to say even if the financial part wasn't a problem, there's still this and that and that and that. Of those problems that I wanted to like count right now, they would be so small or even basically non-existent if there was no financial problems. So, yeah, how's your guys' Tuesday going? What is it today? Wednesday going? Boom, 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 boom. I oh, I don't even know. Like, oh, can you tell I'm passionate about this topic and the topic being in your 20s? Like, fucking obviously, I'm passionate about it. I'm in my 20s and I do not have financial stability like most of us. Anyway, um, what was I gonna rant about other than money? Oh, I wanted to talk about how hard it is to have a routine and to stay in that routine, especially in your 20s. Obviously, I don't know what it's like when you're in your 30s because I'm not in my 30s, but when you're younger, there's kind of like a routine given to you or like forced onto you. Like you know that you have to go to school every single day. You know your exact schedule. That schedule is already set for you. You know when your trainings are, like your after school activities. Everything is kind of like set for you. And even when you have tasks, all of them have like a deadline. Like if you have to do your homework, obviously they're not going to be like do it sometime between now and the end of the school year. Like it's going to be like you're going to do that homework until the next time class is due. So if you have math class today and then you have it again in 2 days, obviously your homework has to be done in 2 days. So everything kind of has like this schedule around it. There, like everything has like some type of timestamp to it. When you're in your 20s, literally the only thing that might potentially have like a schedule or a deadline that you have to stick to, and if you don't, you get in trouble, is basically just your bills and your work. So all you have to make sure is that you go get money and then that you pay that money back to the state. Like that's all you actually have to like do on a deadline. Everything else in my life, like especially on my off days, every single day off looks so much different from each other. One day I could just rot in bed all day until I get pissed because I rotted in bed all day. And then I'll get up and plan out the next 20 years of my life and like make this whole finance plan and like move money around to my savings account that I'll have to move back to my actual account by the end of the month. But like one day can be like so deprecating and so like, oh my god, I'm an adult. And then the next day, you'll be out with your friends until 8 a.m. drunk as fuck. And I don't know if that's specific to your 20s, but I think for most people, it is. Unless you're like a 40-year-old alcoholic that still doesn't handle their booze well. Like, how do you manage all of that? How do you find the silver lining? Like, how can I go have fun and be stupid and just be reckless, but then also be an adult and do my shit and not get overwhelmed or get overwhelmed and be fine with it and deal with it like a normal human being. Like, how are what? I just don't know how to adult, but I also don't know anymore how to kid. So what am I? I did not think that there would. Can I talk without stuttering? I do not think I can. But anyway, I did not think that this would be like a existential crisis type of thing. But I just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. And that's the problem. I just don't know. Cuz I don't know what I'm supposed to know, and I don't know what is normal to not know. This, oh my god, this is just going to be me crashing out for 30 minutes. The You know what my main issue is? Summer is coming up, and I'm a big summer girl. I love summer. Like, literally, the love of my life is summer. There is no better season. There is no better vibe. There's no better vibe. Vibe. There's no better vibe. There's no better, like, there's no better anything, period. Summer is the best fucking thing ever. Like, life finally feels fun, and it feels like it's supposed to be enjoyed. In the wintertime, I always forget that you're supposed to enjoy life and that you're not just supposed to survive. And I guess that just goes back to like primal instincts, because winter was definitely a much harder season than summer was. But it just, like, summer, woo, I could cry talking about summer. I just love it so much. It's like, it just brings this freshness into your life, and it just, mm, mm. Anyway, summer just makes me love life, and it makes me want to be adventurous and just be spontaneous and enjoy everything and enjoy the little tiny things and just have fun. And that is exactly my problem, because I'm an adult. I don't have summer break anymore. I can't just fucking dilly dally for 3 months and go splish splash in the fucking sea. Like, I actually have to still go to work and like pay my bills and make sure that I'm on track with shit, and I can't just relax and have fun the whole summer. I could, but it's not the responsible thing to do, and that is exactly my fucking issue. I don't know if it's too early for me to be responsible. Like, what if I get too serious too soon and then regret it later on because I will not have my 20s back? But what if I just dilly dally through all of my 20s and then I'm in my 30s and I'm like, what the fuck did I do with my life so far? I didn't build anything for myself. And then the question comes up, how do you find the silver lining between dilly dallying and being serious and actually building something for yourself? Because I know that I have to get after what I want, because I will not be satisfied until I do that. Does that make sense? Like, I can only dilly dally so much. I don't know why I keep saying dilly dallying, but we'll just stick to it. Sometimes you dilly your last dally. Sometimes it's just too dilly and too dally. Anyway, okay, so let me try to rephrase, or actually phrase my thoughts. Um I I have specific goals that I want to reach in my life, as most of us do. And I struggle to go after those goals because I'm scared that I'm going to fail. And I'm scared of what's going to happen when I realize that I've failed and that there's no point of trying anymore because I don't have a plan B. So that's point number 1, okay? That's one of the scenarios. That's one of my issues. Point number 2. I don't know how to stay in a routine and actually commit and hustle and go after what I want because sometimes I just want to have fun. Sometimes I work 6 days in a row and then I have 2 days off and God forbid, I want to have fun. Sue me. Sue me. Those 2 days that I have off, I just want to fucking dilly dally. I don't want to sit down and work on my goals. I don't want to sit down and think about it because it stresses me out because I'm scared that I'm going to fail. So I just dilly fucking dally. I hang out with my friends. Maybe I get drunk. Maybe I stay sober. Maybe I just go out and spend money that I shouldn't be spending. Sue me. Sue me. I just want to live life and have fun and be around people I want to be around and have fucking fun with them and go out and have a drink. And maybe just fucking, I don't know, sing with autotune until fucking 6 a.m. fully sober. It's just I'm still a kid at heart. I just want to play. I just want to go on a playground with all my friends and see other people our age, no kids. I'm not a fucking weirdo, and be like, "Hey, I'm Vanessa. You want to play with me?" Okay. Okay, delete the last like 2 minutes of whatever the fuck I just said. I I just want, like, the whole point I was trying to make is that I want life to be a bit simpler and I want to make friends how we used to make friends because it's so hard to make new friends. Luckily, I have a lot of friends that I'm good friends with. The word friends is starting to sound fucking idiotic, and so am I. So I'm just gonna throw away the whole point I was just trying to make before someone calls the fucking cops on me for phrasing something wrong. Anyway, sometimes I just want to dilly dally and have fun on the 2 days off that I have per week. Sometimes it's 3 days. And guess what? Sometimes I just have fun for 3 days and fucking dilly dally, stay up till 7 a.m., get out of my routine fully, and fuck up my sleep schedule and get sick again because I have the fucking immune system of a Victorian child. Like, God forbid the fucking plague comes back, I'm the first one going out. Knock on fucking wood. Anyway, so my second point, believe it or not, all I wanted to say was, even when I do have the time to go after my goals and my dreams, I would rather just fucking dilly-dally because it stresses me out to go after my goals and dreams, and sometimes a girl also just needs to fucking dilly-dally. I am assuming that 70% of you clicked out because I've said dilly dally for approximately 125 times. And I understand that. I will hate myself while editing this, but that's okay. I hate myself regardless. Okay, anyway, the third point that I was trying to make was. Oh, the third point that I literally just came up with. So I don't know why I thought there was a third point, but now apparently there is. I sometimes do actually get into a routine and manage to stay in it for a couple of weeks. And then I actually go after my goals and maybe even make some podcast episodes, record some videos, actually edit my shit, actually go after what I want to do. And then after a while, I kind of just fall out of the routine because it's so hard for me to stick with actually doing it because of the fear. Like, it all just goes back to like the fear of failure. And also one thing, I'm kind of getting lost in the sauce again. I hope you guys can follow what the fuck I'm saying, but this kind of adds to the point. I used to work at the college that I studied at. So it always sounded like a pretty fancy thing to people that don't really know me, like people from my hometown. I mean, it's not really my hometown. It's just the town that I went to high school to. Whenever I would see people here that I kind of like lost touch with, when they would ask me like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, are you done with school? Are you already working?" Da da da. I would tell them I already finished college, but I'm still working at the college that I used to attend. Um, and I was a department lead. So it obviously all sounds very fancy. I had the biggest imposter syndrome while doing that job. It was very fun. I did it for a couple of years, and after a while, I realized there was no more growth for me in that position, so I quit. And I still stand behind that decision. But going from a position of leading a department at a college to working in retail, I myself couldn't give less fucks what someone does as their job. Like, you're working, you're getting your money, good for you, no matter what it is. So I don't know why it bothers me so much. And nowadays, when I'm working in retail and someone I know from like my past sees me working there, I get so uncomfortable. I don't know if it's like if I'm embarrassed or if I'm disappointed in myself or what exactly it is, because it's not like I was super proud of the job I used to do. It was just like, oh, that was the most, like, it made most sense to be the department leader. So I did it and it was fun and I enjoyed it. It was a good job. But I outgrew it, so I moved on, and I didn't manage to find anything else that actually fits into like the business I want to do. So I'm just doing a retail job so I can get my money. I'm just that's all there is to it. I needed a job, I got a job. Is it a job that I always dreamed of? No, but it's also a normal, respectful job. But still, I just can't brush off that feeling of like embarrassment when I see someone that I know from my fucking high school. Because I'm just staying there. I'm like, ah, damn. Especially if they know that I used to work at the college. Because, like, people talk, people make shit up. They're obviously going to be like, oh, bitch was not good enough for that. Or she was lying about that position and now she's working in retail, da da da. Or, oh, she went off to college and is now done with college. And especially, I went to like a creative field, like, I studied film production, and now people see me working in retail. They're like, oh, well, fucking obviously, you know? Because a lot of people are like, oh, what are you going to do as a job after that? Like, there's no future in like film production. So, yeah. Anyway, the whole point I was trying to make was that the job I'm doing right now, the job itself isn't embarrassing, but for me, the fact that I'm 24 and the fact that I finished my bachelor's degree almost 3 years ago now and still haven't made something out of myself, it's a tough pill to swallow, because I know, like, my logical brain knows that it's very normal to not have shit figured out at 24, and that it's very normal to still live a and it's very normal to still live with your parents and not make like a killing wage. It's all still shit that is very hard to accept, especially like when you look at social media and you see like fucking 15-year-olds starting a crazy social media career and making millions per year. Like, it's, you kind of get a feeling that you missed your peak. Does that make sense? I like, oh, I'm just scared that I wasted time. And I feel like that's something that really starts sinking in when you're in your mid 20s, approaching like the late 20s. Like, I know that I'm 24, like I'm not even officially in my mid 20s, but it just feels like time is starting to run, and it's kind of running away from you and you're trying to chase after it. And somehow, I don't know. It's like so stupid because like when I used to work at the college, Some people would walk in there like literally 40 years old, and they would come in ready to like learn something completely new and like change their whole life and go into the film industry. And that would be some like those people were the ones that I respected the most, because I was like, "Oh my God, you have your whole life behind, like you already lived a whole life in a whole different branch of like business, and you dared to go back to college at 40 years old and learn something new and like just reinvent yourself and reinvent the business that you want to go into." So I don't know why I'm so judgmental when it comes to myself. Like, I don't know if I expected myself to be a millionaire by the time I'm 24. I guess so, because that is the only explanation I can give myself to this whole like mindset. But man, I don't know, it's a tough cookie. It's a tough cookie because, as I said, my logical brain understands that I'm on a normal timeline, if there's even such a thing as a normal timeline or a timeline in general. Um, but I don't know. I constantly feel this underlying stress when I think about my future. Even when I don't think about it, when I'm just like, when I have a day off and I know that I could actively do something to like work for my future, I just sometimes avoid it because I'm scared to face it. Because what if I fail? Because that's the thing. Like, no one prepares you for life and adulthood. Like, everyone goes through life differently and has their own, like, experiences. And I don't know. There's a lot of people around me with, like, similar dreams, or like at least people that have as big of dreams as I do. Um, but all of them are like also my age and haven't like made it yet. So we're all kind of in the same boat. So I don't have someone that I can talk to and ask what it's like to have these big dreams and not accomplish them. Like, at what point do you give up? Do you ever give up? Do you just keep going? What do I do while I keep going? Like, if I have these big career goals and I keep chasing after them, and it doesn't work for years and years and years, maybe never even ends up working out, what do I do during that? Like, how can I find something that is gonna bring me enough money, but then also not make me super miserable, so I can still enjoy my life even if I don't accomplish my goals? Because for me, there was never a plan B. Like, I have my plan A, and that's it. And I don't know what else I can and will do in case plan A doesn't work out. And of course, I can like just be delusional and go head first at it and try until I finally succeed or fail. But I have to do something while trying. Does that make sense? Like, I still have bills to pay. I still have other goals that I also want to accomplish, like, for example, moving out. And I'm not going to be able to move out if I just keep chasing after these dreams and not doing anything else. Because, of course, I can also just throw everything away and put all of my eggs in one basket and go after it and say, okay, I'm going to go at plan A until plan A works out and I succeed. But that's sadly not realistic. Yeah, I don't know. Putting all of my eggs in one basket is not really an option. So it's like, once again, just about the silver lining. Like, how can I do something that brings enough money and doesn't steal all of my joy, but then also have enough time to pursue my goals? It's a tough fucking cookie, especially because everything has become so insanely expensive. Ugh, it's just so frustrating. It truly, like, I can laugh about it, I can crack jokes about it, all of us can, but it's at the end of the day, god fucking damn it. Obviously there's a lot worse scenarios to be in. I'm immensely grateful for the fact that I'm mostly healthy and that I have a roof over my head, that I have a healthy and happy family, that I have amazing friends around me, that I have an amazing boyfriend supporting me every step of the way. Like, I truly cannot actually complain. And that is also, once again, like a very conflicting point because I'm not 100% content with the situation that I'm in, but then I'm also trying to be grateful for everything I have. But I feel like there has to be at least a little bit of frustration with the situation that you're in so you can bring yourself out of that situation. Like if I convince myself that I'm fully fine with the 9 to 5 and with living the way I live right now, will I ever actually move on from that? And will I ever actually progress and like go after something bigger? I don't think I will because you can't get too comfortable. But then I also don't want to be ungrateful because I realize that I'm so well off. Obviously, life could be a lot easier and my financial state could be a lot better. But goddamn, I really have nothing to complain about. When you actually look at the state of the world, I have nothing to complain about, like genuinely. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of fucked up emotions going around nowadays cuz I feel like most people that are in similar situations like I am probably have a lot of survivor's guilt because we are in very like well off situations, but still are not really content because we can't go after what we want to go after and we can't financially be at a point where we want to because the economy is fucked. But then, as I said, we look at the rest of the world and we're like, wow, we have nothing to complain about and we're very well off. It's just all a big old mess. And I feel like that's very normal in your 20s. I'm just trying to find like a good middle. I just want to remind myself to stay grateful for everything I have, but also motivate myself to go after what I want and what I dream of. Then I have to find like the silver lining between working for money and then working towards my goals, but then also having fun and living because at the end of the day, I don't want to imagine in a couple of months I die. Knock on wood. Would I rather look back at my life and be like, oh, okay, I had some great times with my friends and we had a lot of fun? Or would I rather look back and be like, oh, okay, I worked every single day of the week and put a lot of money to the side that I now can't use because I'm dead? Obviously, I would enjoy the first option a lot more and be a lot prouder of that and be more content with it. But realistically, I also can't just go through life only having fun. Like, I have to ensure that I have a future and that I have money for that future. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to find the middle between having fun and working. It's all just a big old mess. I feel like I've been like spinning in circles for like a solid 40 minutes now. I hope that any of it honestly is understandable and reasonable. I just needed to rant. I just truly needed to spew all of this shit out of my fucking mouth and get it out of my head. Cause literally yesterday I went on a whole ass crash out meltdown for an hour, journaled like 3 pages about it, and still, obviously, as you can tell, still gotta talk about it. The journaling didn't Get all of the fucking shit out of my brain, I guess. Oh god, let me see if I wrote down anything worth mentioning. What did I write? How did I even start it? I'm so underwhelmed by my life that I'm overwhelmed. Bars. Bars. I feel like a lot of y'all can relate with this because I don't want my whole life to be working 3 to 4 times a week, doing a 9 to 5, just getting my money. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for my retail job, grateful for my bartending job. I don't like it though. And I don't think most of us like any of the 9 to 5s we ever did, or any of the retail jobs, or any of the bartending jobs. It's not fun. Especially most people that you come across while doing that job, they're fucking assholes. The customers are fucking assholes. Oh my god, I have to do a whole episode ranting about working in retail because the stories I have to tell. Woo! You guys are not ready. You guys are not ready. Anyway, I'm so underwhelmed by my life that I'm overwhelmed. God damn. What did I write after that? I feel so lost. I'm not proud of my job. I don't make enough money to live the life I want to live, and I feel like a loser whenever someone asks me why I'm not doing something in the field I studied in. I'm trying to be grateful for the life I have because I truly have no actual reasons to complain. It's just hard to focus on the positive sometimes. My head is so full to the point where it feels empty. All of the messy thoughts bundled up into one. Am I actually questioning my goals and dreams, or am I just scared of failing? Scared of how people might perceive me? Scared of what others might think? You have to learn how to stop thinking about what others might say, what they might think. Do something that brings you joy and makes you proud, and those thoughts will go away. Allow yourself to live for yourself. Do what makes you happy. Everything else doesn't matter. As you, okay, I kind of cooked, kind of cooked with that. As you can tell, a lot of the things that I wrote down is also a lot of the things that I said. I just this is probably a topic I will talk about for the next couple of weeks until I actually finally fully process it. Might never actually process it until I'm out of it. I don't know. One another thing that I wrote down is I want to fulfill my potential. I want to feel like I've made it, like I've won. I want to be sure in myself and my decisions. I want to have fun with the job I'm doing. My life hasn't even truly started, and I feel like I've failed already. I'm scared that I won't make it, scared of what'll happen after I realize I truly failed. They say that it has to get worse before it gets better in the healing process. Is this the worst part? Or is it just the calm before the storm? Mm. I feel like ripping my hair out, like screaming at the top of my lungs, like crying for 7 days and 7 nights. But I don't have time for that. Not exactly because there is no time, but because that doesn't help. You know what does help? Realizing that it's all not that serious. It feels very serious and it does feel like the world depends on you, especially when you're in a situation where you know that the way your life goes doesn't only, like, you're not the only one that depends on your life path, but so does your family. Um so it does feel like the whole world is resting on your shoulders and waiting for you to make the right moves. But looking at the fact that all of us go through exactly this situation and this step, like, and exactly these steps, like, all of us were in our 20s at some point. Our parents or grandparents, everyone that came before them, most of them went through their 20s and made it through their 20s and made something from themselves. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's just important to take a step back and take a deep breath in. And yeah, I feel like the last paragraph that I wrote down is one that might actually help this video end on a good note. Let me read to y'all. I have to stop viewing the world so black and white. One thing doesn't lead to failure, and one thing doesn't lead to success. It's all about balance and consistency. Just stay mindful of your thoughts and try to keep them positive, or at least twist them in a way so you manage to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Life is a gift, so stop treating it like a burden. Yeah. Maybe all of us should just take 5 minutes every morning and write down shit that we're grateful for. It just helps put things into perspective, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I hope my rant helped you as much as it helped me. I can definitely recommend just propping up a camera and yapping for an hour. Helps you process some things. Journaling, try that. If journaling's not for you, truly try taking, like, recording yourself yap. Like, act like you're on a podcast. You don't have to upload this shit. I shouldn't upload this shit. I'm still gonna do it, but anyway, you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna go to my boyfriend's apartment, edit this video, at least start editing it, and then we're gonna drive for an hour and a half to his friend's birthday party. And then in the middle of the night, we're gonna drive back those 1.5 hours, and then I'm gonna go to work tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and then the day after that, too. Will I go out and party in the middle of those 6 days of work? Probably. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of your 20s, bitch. That's the beauty of your 20s. You know, work hard, play harder. Anyway, this is starting to fucking get goofy again and get stupid. So I am just gonna say thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment down below how much you hate being in your 20s from a scale of 1 to 10. No, but please, if you have any tips on staying present and mindful and any like methods of finding the silver lining in between being grateful and also pushing yourself to strive for your goals, please let me know. As you can tell, I'm fucking desperate. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to me literally cry around about being in my 20s. Hope you enjoyed. I've never literally fucking yapped for 50 minutes with no script. I had no fucking clue what I was gonna say. I just knew I was mad and needed to record. Work hard, play hard, let go hard. Bye, guys.